Okay, now I just had to come in the house because it was just too damn cold out there, even with the heater on. But I showed you guys this part on the last vlog. You know, the scissor prop when it's all together. Now in the middle, I put a longer screw in there, and you'll see why when I explain it to you. Okay, I went out and found this bar. I mean, you can actually use wood if you want. I mean, you can basically use anything you want. I found this bar had a bunch of holes in it. I took advantage of it, and you know, it's already got some holes in it, so that's holes I didn't have to drill. Okay, now what I did was I drilled a hole because these when you close it up, the distance between here and here is 8 inches. Okay, this is 4 from here to here and here to here. So what I did was got this L bracket and put it on there, and that is going to so my cylinder can fit right in here. Okay, so that's just the L bracket that I cut. I made sure it was a thick enough one so I could fit this big old thing through there. Okay, and I put that in the middle. Then I went 4 inches up, and I put these little bars in here. I think they're about 4 inches or 5 inches. I mean, you can make them longer or make them shorter. Just, you know, it all depends on what you want to do. I just happen to cut them that size. And as you can tell, this one swivels. Okay, and you'll see why when I get to that. And I used the nylon lock washer, and I put a big washer in here too. Okay, now this one, I went from here. This is, you know, from here to here is 4 inches. Then I went from here to here is another 4 inches. What I did here was I put a hole through it, and I used a regular lock nut because you don't want this one to move. And so what I actually did too was drilled another hole here and just stuck a screw all the way in it. I mean, you can put a pin, or I just hurry up and did it. And see the screw sticking out, looks all stupid. I just hurry up and did it for you guys' benefits. You know, I'm gonna put like a pin in there, and that's gonna prevent this from moving, and you'll see why I'm doing that. Okay, so now that I got my bar, I got these two set of 8 inches that matches up with from here to here, which is 8 inches. Now I'm gonna put my cylinder on and show you. No, next I'll connect this here, and I'll connect this to here. Okay, now I put this screw through here, and I put a fender. Well, I put the bigger washers on there, and I put a nylon nut on the other side. Okay, this one I'm going to put a lock nut on it because I don't need to use the nylon because I don't want this to move. You know, so I can just use a lock nut. I don't have to adjust it. I make it as tight as I want. And as you can see, there's a gap in there. So what I did was I got a nut, and I'm going to stick that in there, and that's going to close that gap. And that's only because the gap here, you know what I'm saying? If you can tell, there's a gap here, so this is flush, but then this is going to be a bar's thickness low. So this nut that I got here is like the perfect size, so that's why I'm going to stick it under here. Okay, so now I got that all locked in with the lock washer, and that's just going to let me, it's hard to do, and it's what's going to happen is this is going to come open, and this arm is going to move, and that's going to allow it to go out. This one's going to stay stationary, I know I suck at tutorials, but whatever. Okay, we got that so far. Okay, Now I got the cylinder on there. You know, I don't know what size cylinder that you guys would use. I just know this, how far I wanted mine to go out, and so, like, you know, I can't really tell you what size to use. This is just how far I wanted my scissor prop to go out, and I stuck that on there. And remember, it's really important that this swivels. So I lock this down on there, lock the cylinder down on there, and now I'm going to hook this up to here. I made this little piece, you know, just from scrap. Pretty much, you know, I try to use scrap, most scrap as I can. And I'm going to stick that on there. And I'm just going to screw this screw onto there, and that's going to keep that on. Okay, now I got that on. And that's going to, well, I'm going to tighten that up. So, but now, remember I told you I put a longer screw in here. And I'm going to attach that to here. Okay, so here it is all together. Like I told you, you know, when this came out, it was a little high. It's loose right now. I didn't tighten it all up because this is just I'm just trying to show you. And I put some washers under here because there was a gap. You know, if I would have made this L bracket a little longer this way, I could have fixed that, but you know, I wasn't really paying attention, so I just put some washers under there. It's no big deal. Okay, and I got you know, I got this, and that's got a swivel, and the reason it's got a swivel is because when this comes out, okay, this point here moves up and down a little bit, so I just put a swivel on it so that no matter what happens, it don't put a strain on anything. So that's it right there. I mean, that's the basic scissor prop, and I'll show you how it works in a minute. But if you have any questions, let me know. I don't claim to like know how to do it right. I just know how to do it my way, you know, and I just use what I have. You know, I got like bolts here, a screw here, you know, Allen head here, you know. I use what I have, so that's about it. Okay, here it is. Took me about 2 days. You know, it's not, wasn't that bad, just a little bit of stock and
yeah.